Los Angeles.
This is really the last leg of what's been the most amazing experience.
Hi.
Getting to know the 10 CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund finalists.
We've challenged these young designers on every possible level. We're really looking at them under a microscope.
This is a very real, honest, very authentic way for a young designer to be discovered.
So excited to see your show.
And the show in Los Angeles is the most important piece of the puzzle. This started many, many months ago, really with an application.
Every year, hundreds of young American designers apply for the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund.
The CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is really the first of its kind, and indeed the only one of its kind.
Anna Wintour from Vogue, Diane Von Furstenberg, Jenna Lyons from J. Crew. Those people can make your career.
We want to support designers that are going to be the future of American fashion. If you look at the landscape of American fashion, it is filled with designers that have been through the Fashion Fund.
Winning the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is like winning an Oscar. And at the end, the winner gets $400,000 and a mentorship with an industry leader.
10 designers, 4 months, 1 winner. This is the Fashion Fund.
We need another shoe option. If there was a reason that I could beg the judges to pick me for this opportunity, I think that it's just because I really believe in what we're doing. My name is Aurora James. My brand's called Brother Vellies, and I design shoes. I named the company Brother Vellies because I really liked the idea of brotherhood. Everything that I make is produced in several different countries in Africa. So I really liked the idea of kind of all working together towards a common goal, and that felt like brotherhood to me. Fashion can be something so much more than just a pretty dress. It can be a pretty dress that empowered 13 single mothers. So it would be a dream for me. It would be a dream for everyone that I work with. It's not about me. I didn't name my brand Aurora James. I named my brand Brother Vellies. This is my application for the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund. I wanted to construct a box to put the actual book in. We actually took an element from the logo and had that handmade in stained glass. It's just such an amazing opportunity to put all of your dreams and your hopes into a package and to give it to Anna Wintour, and to think that like she would look at it is like so overwhelming. I mean, I think I was like 12 dreaming of something like this.
Of the many applicants who apply, only a few are invited to submit a full portfolio.
Just to have this opportunity to even apply we're very honored.
Yeah. The portfolio has to speak for the designer and the brand.
The portfolios are a very important part of what we look at to select the final 10.
My name is David Hart. I'm a menswear designer based in Brooklyn, New York. This is my submission for the Fashion Fund. The House of Cards was this iconic breakthrough in design in the 1950s. It's so relevant to what I'm doing with my collection because things shouldn't be so serious. I took a clothing and construction class in high school just as a way to meet girls, and I actually really loved it. I was very good at it. That year, I started making prom dresses for my friends, and it just turned into a passion of mine. I started designing women's before I kind of switched gears and moved into menswear. So the David Hart guy is a creative intellectual. The brand is really influenced by nostalgia. It's all about merging that gap between professionalism and elegance. I think it's just good design.
We wanted to use the original concept from our t-shirt, which are embossed and packaged together.
Some people don't even understand what is really going on when you get this. So I think it would be cool for the judges to actually open it up and take it out.
To be able to enter, just the initial application is such hard work.
It's a very emotional experience that makes you reflect on what you've done. Jason and I have been in business together for 14 of the 18 years we've been married. So we've wanted this for over a decade.
The portfolio can make or break their chance to get into the final 10.
So now this can go inside and then press. A nod of approval from American Vogue is like every emerging designer's dream.
This year, we've invited the designers to drop off their applications at Vogue. This is a really big day for the designers because these books are like their babies and they are delivering their babies to us so that we can share them with each of the judges. And those judges will then determine who will be in the final 10. Come this way, guys. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Come.
I know they asked for ID, and I think I left my wallet in the office. That doesn't function for ID, right?
I'm Thaddeus O'Neill. I'm a menswear designer, surfer, poet, human, based in New York City.
I left my wallet and thus my ID on my studio desk, but this is definitely me.
I'm from Eastern Long Island. I spent a great deal of my childhood on the beach. I do luxury playwear.
Sweet, it worked.
Does that sound kooky?
These books are going to be the introduction to the judges. So everything about these books has to convey what's most important to each of the designers.
I really wanted to create a physical object that explained who we are in the DNA of Chromat.
We need to show all the snakes that are the popular ones.
Have you been working on this for a long time?
For like 3 months now. This slides off like this, which is a traditional Japanese way of creating a lacquered box.
The box itself is like a jewelry box. And I started with these like Mexican bracelets. So this is representing like the beginning of the DNA of the brand.
So welcome. Have you been to our new office?
I have, and it's beautiful. Being part of the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund has always been a dream of mine.
My name is Jonathan Simkhai, and I'm from Westchester, New York.
So just an hour outside the city, and I was constantly coming in and out of the city. I was so inspired by the energy.
For the hem of this skirt, I need to do a circle piece for the trumpet.
And I just knew that I always wanted to be here. And my mom, I remember she'd come and be like, Jonathan, you need to go to school now. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go. I don't feel well. And
thank you. Shisha.
What do you want to do? I'm like, can we go to the mall? And she's like, okay, don't tell your dad. She'd pick out outfits in the fitting room and she would ask me my opinion and I would give her a thumbs up or a thumbs down. The fact that she came to me and asked me and I had a voice, fashion was always something where like, I felt like I could excel.
You excited?
Yes, very excited.
Any more changes you want to make before you walk away? This is it.
I showed up at the CFDA office and quickly realized I was in the wrong place. So I turned right around and came to the Vogue office. I did just see Anna Wintour in the hallway. I'm a little nervous. There were some really beautiful presentations in there. I'm hoping that they don't judge my book by its cover.
My name is Rio Uribe. My brand is Gypsy Sport, and I'm from Los Angeles, California. I started designing when I was a kid. I liked making clothes for my sister's dolls. I tried to go to the Fashion Institute of Design in California. I was accepted, but I couldn't find a loan, so I couldn't do it, and I was super bummed about it. And then I moved to New York when I was 19.
When I left my job, I had about $200 in my bank account. I cashed out all of my savings, about $13,000. I used that to fund Gypsy Sport's initial push. It was scary because you never know what's around the corner. And you've seen what Gypsy Sport does with $5,000, so $400,000. We'd probably be set for the next like 20 years.
Trying to be a fashion designer and actually doing it was kind of like the first 2 years of Gypsy Sport. Creating a business is my next goal, and no one can help me do that like the CFDA.
For these designers, it's a game-changing opportunity that can change the trajectory of their careers.
For us, honestly, we really need the money. It's such a difficult industry, especially as a young designer. It's expensive.
All of this stuff adds up between rent, PR, putting on these shows, doing production. I mean, it's just big, big investment.
But on the outside, it looks like we're very financially successful because we sell at Bergdorf and we're in Vogue. But when you look at the day-to-day, we're borrowing our friends' cars, staying at our friends' places. We have modeling agents calling us to pay them back from last September. We are getting by every week right now because we put every dollar we make back into the business.
The Fashion Fund grew out of September the 11th, which occurred right at the beginning of New York Fashion Week. It became very apparent to all of us how hand-to-mouth young designers' lives were.
The CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is an extraordinary thing. Anna is really the founder of this. She created this, she wanted this, and she follows and pushes all of us to do it.
We saw the vulnerability of young designers, and it empowered the industry to create a program that supports them.
The Fashion Fund has definitely been an incredible part of my beginnings, and also now to see how it's evolved in itself and enabled a lot of other younger designers and brands to kind of be where they are today.
This isn't a program for everyone. You have to have real talent, a point of view as a designer. You have to have retail, distribution. Editors have to be writing about you. You have to have a business. And if we're going to hand over $400,000 to someone, we want to make sure they're going to spend it the right way.
Each judge is assigned a portfolio to review, along with videos that each of the designers make to go along with the application.
Okay, who do we have?
We're careful. I mean, we go through people's business plans. We look at their work. I think having a video of them has really given perhaps a greater sense of their personalities or lack thereof.
All right. So I thought we could start with Chromat.
Hello, my name is Becca McCarran, and my company is called Chromat. I was trained as an architect, and this architectural framework informs every piece we design. I'm from Virginia, and there's no fashion designers in Virginia. I never met someone who did fashion. That wasn't even a thing. I studied architecture and I also took costume design classes. That was my first intro to fashion. Because I'm obsessed with scaffolding, I was just thinking about examining all the interior lines of all the underwire and zippers and straps, like everything that goes into a dress, and then just extruding that to the exterior. We're very focused on innovation, new materials, 3D printing, just pushing the boundaries of what's possible in fashion.
I think the presentation is overly...
Here, this is where you see the collection.
Is a little complicated. Yeah.
That's how girls are dressing now for Instagram.
Oh, really? Like this? Yeah, right.
I want to see this look on you tomorrow in the office.
She does all these costumes for Nicki Minaj tours, for Beyonce tours.
Is she actually going to stay in business, or is she going to go on tour?
No, she...
Wonders of modern technology. Jamie Wolf, let's go.
Hi, my name is Jamie Wolf. I am the creative director of Jamie Wolf Fine Jewelry. I danced here for the New York City Ballet for 10 years. My time as a dancer informed the way I think as a designer. The CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund would be a meaningful opportunity for my business.
Pretty impressive video. Wow. It's expensive. Necklaces, $5,600 retail. Earrings, $4,100 retail. Looks a little generic. This is more refined, more expensive. And I think in some ways that actually limits her opportunity.
My name's Beckett.
And I'm Gilpin.
And we are Area.
So embossing has become our signature technique, and it's the way that we embed our identity into a textile.
This is their embossing technique.
For me, it's a little bit of an art project.
Oh, t-shirts came folded up in a... I'm not big into this embossed look. Everyone's got to have a go-to. I'm not sure this is it.
Okay, my exercise is done for the week.
Sorry. It's just kind of crazy.
When I think about the people who have come through the fund already, the ones who stand out are the ones who stand out. And what I mean by that is they're doing something that feels like their own.
I use a lot of traditional African techniques in my designing. Bone carving and indigo dyeing. A lot of the shapes are also rooted in traditional African shoe shapes.
I love that Aurora seems to have a very big idea of what she wants to do. It's not just about her. It's not just about taking a selfie. It's so cool.
Paula. She's a girl from Colombia, is that right?
Exactly.
Yes. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Paula Mendoza. I am the designer of Paula Mendoza Jewelry. When we create a piece of jewelry, it's going to give to the woman an understanding of style and most important in life, what is happiness. That if I can have the guidance, I will really can take my business to the next level.
In a market that's gone very much towards $1,000 and up fine jewelry, she's one of the few people still making good costume fashion jewelry.
She has a tiny business. Okay, so that's that. And then the next one is
Baja East. I like Baja East. There's an interesting sensibility, design sensibility and style that they have. They sort of have a cool vibe to them. But without understanding all of the other designers that we're selecting from, it's hard to decide where these guys fit in.
Hi, my name is David Hart. David Hart is about rekindling the relationship between professionalism and elegance for men. Oh, and in case you're wondering, I filmed this video with my phone connected to a drone.
Wow, that's the most original video so far, that's for sure.
So he did this fun thing with the kind of cards that you can kind of stack.
It's great, yeah. No, here's a, I like him.
Here's the point of view.
Thaddeus. My name is Thaddeus O'Neill. It's the beach-rooted culture of surfing that has informed my design and helped me to investigate what clothing can be.
Kind of like this guy. You know, he has a very sort of laid-back, semi-stoned kind of demeanor. He obviously is very passionate about his way of life. Could he turn that into a true commercial success? Maybe. Maybe.
Our last one is Gypsy Sport.
I don't think he's ready for it. I think it would be too much for him right now, but I do think he has talent.
And he does both?
Some of it's more specifically women, some of it's more specifically men's, and some of it goes into, I think as he put it, ambisexual. It's a tiny business.
I like what he does. I like his presentation.
I like it a lot. Yeah, it's all handwritten out. So I think he's, yeah.
Do you think he doesn't have a computer or what? Just...
The CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund would help my business because I'm super creative, but I don't have a formal education and guidance or direction to turn this into the full-fledged business that I know it can become someday.
There's a lot of buzz around him, and I do think he's doing something very modern. I do worry a little bit. It's kind of early for him, and whether he'd find all of the many hoops that you have to jump through a bit of a challenge. He's kind of untested. It's a tiny business.
You want to be able to look at it and sort of go, wow, that could really be big.
I think at the end of the day, it's a very thorough competition, and I believe that most of the time we get it right.
It's a little crazy this year because the inaugural Men's Fashion Week is happening at the same time that we're picking the 10 finalists.
I love that. So these guys got a lot going on.
For us, these shows are another chance to get more information about these applicants, to see the clothes firsthand and up front.
Talk to each other. Guys, when you come out here, you guys are buddies.
That's a bit nerve-wracking. A lot going on. Crazy.
Should we kind of spread these out, do you think?
They're all very nervous. You know, it's so funny about CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund. You want people to be super enthusiastic. It's a lot to take on because people take their business so seriously.
It's a big day.
It is.
We are a couple and business partners. You know, we've been together 10 years. On July 1st will be 10 years. All right. The name Coveted, we wanted something masculine and young, and what else is better than cadet, a military academy. So we wanted to be inspired by military academies in the 1960s.
We applied for CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund because we had gotten ourselves to a certain point, right? So we have 3 retail stores here in New York. We have an online business, but we need some help in how to build ourselves from a New York-based brand to more of a global brand. Our hope and dream out of this is to really build a great new American sportswear brand.
You look 10 years younger.
I look 25. Oh my God.
You know, I always believe you only get one opportunity to make your best impression. Be amazing from the very beginning.
Thaddeus. A lot of ideas, maybe a few too many ideas. Could be a little bit more refined, but clearly there's no shortage of creativity and it's interesting. I don't know quite what to make of it.
David is cerebral, creating this world, the David Hart world, and they all look like him, and the glasses. The men's market is just booming, and I think it's probably the most competitive category because there is a lot of it.
How did it look for you? It was really very tight.
So you're excited about CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund?
Nervous. I think the challenge is more the timing thing for them to have to worry about their presentation or their show and still be in game for, hopefully, the phone call from me letting them know they've been picked to the top 10.
We're definitely wanting to support companies that we believe have got a future, that have got something to say and will have a voice in the fashion community in years to come.
We want to have a sense that they have the confidence, that they have the personality to survive. I mean, we want to invest and support designers that we feel are going to have longevity in this industry.
Yes, yes, yes.
Having the CFDA judges like looking down and being even somewhat interested is like that painting with Jesus touching the hand of God. I feel like CFDA is coming down and like might touch my finger. I hope they touch my finger.
We need the mentorship, we need the financial component. This is the culmination. Like we want to go for it.
Being in the top 10 is such a huge, huge opportunity that so many people would kill for. So if I got further than this, I would probably collapse and faint and die or something, but it would be amazing.
This is your one shot. It really gets your blood boiling.
Now I'm like waiting by the phone.
I thought I should just call you personally either way and kind of let you know the news.
Next week on the Fashion Fund.
The first meeting is really kind of like a reunion.
Everyone has a very clear point of view. Everyone's done their homework. Ken is the cheerleader.
I'm the mother. I would like to put her certainly in the finalist.
Anna's quiet. She's very reserved, but then has a very distinct point of view.
It's different. I'm not sure it's fashion.
He's not a superstar, I will tell you that.
It's a moment of real debate.
I just think they might deserve to be on the list.
Don't oversell it.
Sometimes the taste is a little off.
Should we vote?